Okay, Zatima fans, now I'm going to record this video before I do my Season 2 trailer breakdown earlier today, February the 8th, which is the day after DeVal and his wife Kadeen released their book, We Over Me. I posted about it online. I got my copy in the mail yesterday. I ordered it on Amazon months ago, I think last September. The book is available, I think, damn near anywhere you can find a publishing company online. Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Walmart.com, you name it. There are a number of companies that sell the book. And I'll leave maybe a couple links in the comment section below. But let me just say, shout out to DeVal, Crystal, and all the cast and the people behind the scenes of Zatima, because the trailer itself, pretty dang good. What was it, about 100 seconds long? Not counting, you know, the ending advertisements for BET Plus and the March 16th drop date for Season 2. And you can probably tell from the tone of my voice, I actually have a slight cold, but this video is a bit tough to talk about. I've talked about this multiple times before. I even did a video, I know I did it several months ago, where I said, I think Zach and Fatima need to leave Sistas. Now, first of all, I'm not trying to take money out of anybody's hands, because I don't know how much these actors make. It's none of my business. I don't know how the business works. Like, you know, every time a show gets another season, if that means additional money. Oh, this show hit syndication, or this show got a Season 3, so you'll get paid more than you did in Season 2. So please don't think that I'm trying to rob people of money. I don't want to do that. I'm just saying that, personally speaking, after watching the Season 2 trailer, which I did like, let's not get it twisted. I've been reading the comments because I posted the trailer on the channel. I posted on Instagram. I posted on Twitter. I had people DM me when the trailer dropped a couple hours ago from the time I'm recording this video. I know that from my little corner of the internet, some diehard Sistas, Zach, Fatima, Zatima fans, I've had a number of them tell me they're not watching it. Now, I know what you think. When the show comes out, it's still going to be big. I have no doubt Zatima Season 2 is going to be big in terms of numbers. My thing is, I want to focus more on the fans. I'm not talking about the Rotten Tomatoes. I'm not talking about the big celebrity critiquers. I mean, the movie critics out there, TV show critics. It kind of hurt because I saw some diehard fans, people who have been rocking with me since I started on YouTube. So when they say something, you know, it really sticks out to me, because I'm like, okay, I know this woman right here, she's a diehard Tyler Perry fan, or I know this guy over here, he loves him some Zach and Fatima. So when I've seen certain, and I'm not naming names, but they know who they are because I saw the comments. When I saw certain people say they're not watching, I'm like, damn, you cut me deep, Shrek. You cut me real deep right now. But I read their comments, and some of them were really lengthy, and I can see why. And I feel the same way in some aspects. By the time we get to the end of Sistas Season 5, I'll do a full video on this. But in my opinion, I think Sistas Season 5 ruined Zatima. Not the show, but I mean in terms of the couple. I think Season 5 of Sistas ruined Zatima. I think that because Season 5 was so Zatima heavy. Remember when Season 5, the synopsis were rolling out and I was doing videos on them? And I mentioned this a number of times. Why does every single episode synopsis for Sistas Season 5 include information on Karen and her, you know, bitterness towards Zach and or Fatima? Every flipping episode synopsis dealt with that, and then in every episode it dealt with that, and it got old fast. Like I said, the first half of the season was dedicated to the whole letter reading ceremony, you know, going over to Karen's apartment, her reading the letters to Zach and Aaron and whatnot. And then in the back half of the season, the focus was coming over to Zach and Fatima's. And now we're dealing with the salon stuff that's going to carry over to the end of season 5. Because week to week, while Zatima was off the air, week to week, we had to deal with the whole, oh, Zach is the baby daddy. Karen is mad. She's calling Zach and Fatima. She's cussing them out. She's dragging Zach because their relationship. Fatima's insecurities are getting in the way. And now Angela's starting more shit. And because of that, fans are burnt out. Now that we get the Zatima Season 2 trailer, we're seeing even more drama. It seems like Zach and Fatima are an old married couple. Fatima feels they're having too much sex. You got Zach having exes coming out of the woodworks. Fatima has a potential love interest in a guy who offers to fix the tire, a Paul. And now Zach catches her in a couple of compromising situations. And, you know, Fatima does the same with Deja. Oh, he's coming out of Deja's apartment in slides, shorts, and a wife beater. Like, you know, that looks suspect. I think the Zatima trailer would have hit differently if Sistas Season 5 hadn't had Zatima drama at the center of it for so long. I feel Zach and Fatima need to leave Sistas because Sistas has ruined them as a couple and the fans. Now, like I said, the trailer has some good moments that were funny, but I think that when you look at it, and I took all the notes. I have my entire outline for my trailer breakdown in front of me right now, but when I'm watching it on mute right now. Like, while I'm recording this video, I have the Zatima Season 2 trailer on mute, and I'm just looking like, man, like, this scene right here would have hit different if we didn't see something like this in Sistas already. So it's almost like, let's say you're watching a Marvel film, like, I'm just throwing something out there. Let's say Spider-Man No Way Home. And then the next movie is nothing but, like, off-brand versions of the same story beats from No Way Home. And you're like, well, I just saw No Way Home. Like, this movie is like copy and paste. It's like the whole situation with Angela showing Fatima the photo of Zach and Karen. I'm like, we seen this in Zatima when it was on Zach looking at a photo of Fatima and her ex. So I think because Zatima has been such a main focus in Sistas, it's taken some of the shine from these Zatima series. And, you know, as far back as season 3, some fans were saying, oh, Fatima and Zach, you know, Zatima ruined Sistas. And I said, no, Zatima saved Sistas, because by that point, and which is sad, we're only at season 3. By that point, Sistas had kind of, you know, run its course with some fans, because Tyler was just writing the same storylines over and over, the same love interest, even though some people should have been written off long ago. Zach and Fatima was the needle in the haystack that brought people into the series. But I don't think Zatima ruined Sistas. As time went on, I think Sistas ruined Zatima, because Tyler put too much focus and effort into them and them alone in regards to Zach and Fatima and their story. And that caused the detriment of Sistas, because all the other characters are boring, bland, repetitive, and annoying. And I remember as far back as the haves and the have-nots, back around season 5 or so, I forgot what season it was, where Melissa and Veronica got in a car accident, and I said, if Tyler really wanted to do something, he would kill Veronica and then keep the show going. I think around that time, that's when the haves was starting to get a bit repetitive with fans. And you know me, I love me some haves and the have-nots. That's the show that made my YouTube career. But even I was saying, by the time we got around to that point of the show, it was repetitive. And if you would kill Veronica off, that would force Tyler to step up the writing for the other characters. And people have been saying, you know, since season 3, if Zach and Fatima left Sistas, the show would sink like the Titanic. And how many weeks have I done reviews where I said, Aside from the Zach and Fatima scenes, the episode was boring. We've been saying that for well over a year now. I think that Zach and Fatima, if they left, it doesn't have to be permanent. They could still be in the show, but I don't think the focus needs to be on the whole Zach and Karen thing for a majority of it. For example, just write Zach not being the father of Karen's baby. Simple as that. And they don't need to be in the show that much. That's pretty much it. They could still make one-off appearances. Hell, you can even have a couple of Zatima characters pop up if you want. But I do feel Tyler would... The only way you can write out Zach and Fatima is if the other characters get written better. Sabrina, Maurice, Danny, Calvin, Preston, Andy, Gary, Hayden, Karen, Aaron. Some of these characters can even go. But I just feel like Zatima is going to suffer as time goes on if we constantly see the same storylines repeated. What was refreshing about the Zatima Season 2 trailer was that we're seeing the parental figures. I think we're seeing both mothers, Fatima's mom, Zach's mom. We're seeing an ex of Zach's that's not Karen. We're seeing a potential new love interest or a new temptation for Fatima when the guy comes up to her in the parking lot. We're seeing Angela with a couple of guys. We're seeing Zach's friends, Tony and Nathan. Deja's still around. Those things feel refreshing because they're non-repetitive in the sense of, okay, it's not Karen or Hayden starting drama for like the, umpteenth time. And when it comes, somebody asked me, it's like, so do you think like Andy could come over? Yeah, you could have Andy or Danny pop over in Zatima every now and then. It doesn't have to be every episode. It can be a one-off appearance. I would like that. It's not required, but hey, they can come over if they, wanted to. If Tyler wanted to write them in for an episode or two, it's not that big of a deal. But I think with Sistas, either Tyler needs to write out Zach and Fatima completely, or extremely dial it back on how much focus he is putting on those characters. But like I said earlier, the only way to do so is if you improve the writing for the other characters on Sisters. Because, for example, Andy telling off Maurice the last episode, over 100 episodes were into Sisters, and that was easily one of, if not her best moment in the series. It took over 100 episodes to get an epic Andy moment. And I'm not talking about one of those flimsy moments where, oh, Andy's finally putting her foot down against Gary. Well, then in the next episode, she's just as submissive as she was before. When she put her foot down, when it came to Maurice, it's like, Maurice was like, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I was mad. I shouldn't have taken it out on you. She let it be, made known. She let it be made clear. Don't mess with me like that. And we know Maurice isn't going to step to her that way again. But when it comes to, any other situation with Karen or Gary, Andy's an airhead. Sabrina's just more loopy and airheaded than ever. Danny is just, in these streets. Preston is just a simp. Aaron is a simp. The list goes on. If he wants to keep certain characters around, he needs to increase the writing. By using Zach and Fatima as a crutch, for the sake of ratings, for the sake of drama, that's fine. But when you do it far too much, you ruin something that should be fresh and brand new, which is Zatima Season 2. Now, I haven't seen Season 2 yet, but I already know that just based on the trailer itself, there are some hardcore Sisters fans who aren't interested in Zatima Season 2 because more drama. Now, don't get me wrong. There are the fans who expected Zach and Fatima to be drama-free. That's unrealistic. Even I said that prior to Zatima Season 1 coming out. But because we've relied, but because Tyler Perry relied too heavily on Zatima-related drama in Sisters Season 5, Zatima Season 2 may suffer in terms of fan feedback as a result of that. So, with Angela starting up trouble with the photo, it's just like, okay, now we're seeing, as soon as she said in the opening of Zatima Season 2's trailer, when Angela goes, what's going on between you and Zach, I automatically said, Fatima, don't tell her shit. She's going to start more trouble. But when you come, like, with the Deja stuff, people are like, why is Deja still messing around with Zach? It's like, didn't Madam set her straight? It's one of two things. One, separate universe, so the Madam interaction doesn't matter. That's related to Sistas, not to Zatima. Or, option two, this particular scene of Zatima Season 2 takes place prior to Madam meeting with Deja and Sistas Season 5. Which is what I think might be the case. So, like I said, Zach and Fatima need to leave Sistas, or Tyler needs to reduce their roles in terms of the drama. Like, the main focus of every season doesn't have to be Zach and Fatima, because you're just going to ruin them. I think that the more you push Zach and Fatima and Sistas, the more you harm their spinoff in terms of the quality story writing. It's just like, if you are at a surprise party, I know I'm making weird analogies now. It might be the medicine that I've been taking course eating. But let's say, for example, you go to a surprise party and then you walk in, surprise, oh wow. But then 10 minutes later, somebody's like, surprise. And it's like, no, I've been here already. I've already seen the, the surprise. It's all good. That's kind of what it feels like when you see certain things in Sisters between Zach and Fatima. And then when you see the same thing in the Zatima series, when you've seen Zatima deal with this in Sisters, it feels old. Like, for example, somebody already tweeted this out. Okay, so recently in Sisters, Fatima says she's DD, dick deprived, but then in Zatima, she's like, Zach is having and wanting way too much sex with me. This is crazy. I felt the same way, like I said earlier, about the Angela photo. Angela showing Fatima a photo of Zach, and I'm like, but she did this with Deja. She showed a picture of Zach and Deja. Now she's showing Fatima a photo of Zach and Karen. It's just too much. Too much of a good thing is too much of a good thing. So I think Zach and Fatima need to leave Sisters. Personally. For the sake of their spinoff. What do you think? Do you think that, Jeremy, shut up, let them stay in Sisters? But I think as a consumer and fan, it would be for the best in terms of keeping the Zatima series fresh. I'm not expecting them to have a perfect love, because love ain't perfect. And I'm not going to sing the theme song, but you know the lyrics. I just think that too much Zatima and too much drama is a bad thing. What do you think? Should they stay in Sisters, or do you, even if you disagree with me, can you at least see the point I'm trying to make? By having too much focus on Zach and Fatima and Sisters, mainly due to drama, you are ruining their spinoff as a result of that. That's my 2 cents. I laid out everything I needed to lay out. You just let me know the verdict. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next one.